Hello everyone. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking, and this is your astrology reading for the month of July. First of all, before I forget, happy 4th of July to everyone. Happy Independence Day for those of you that are residing in the US. It is going to be, a day of celebration with a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. Also, I will be posting another video specifically on this eclipse, where I will be doing the astrology and tarot for each individual sign, so look out for that. But I'd just like to point out that, this is the third consecutive eclipse in a matter of 5-6 weeks that we will be moving through. So the energies have been tumultuous. We know that eclipses are very challenging. They eclipse something out of our life. So it is a point of reference these days that we are moving through. And of course, 2020 has been major with the eclipses in January, with the big planets, the outer planets, moving, conjuncting, coming together. And I've got many videos that reference back to the astrology of what's been going on since the beginning of 2020 and even from December of 2019. So those of you that are interested, I do have links in the description box below the video where you can access those videos. Nevertheless, let's go on to July and what's going on in the month of July. Saturn will be retrograding back into the sign of Capricorn. That is on the 1st of July. Okay, now Saturn rules the sign of Capricorn, and it did retrograde, it moved direct, it ingressed into the sign of Aquarius, and then it started to retrograde. So I'll give you the dates for that. The retrograde of Saturn in the sign of Aquarius at 1 degrees, and as you can see here, Saturn is now at 0 degrees. So from May 11th, until September 29th, Saturn will be retrograding backwards, so it's going to be moving back into the sign of Capricorn, and it will be staying there until it turns direct on the 29th of September at 25 degrees. So Saturn moving back into Capricorn, we know it's its rulership, and it is moving backwards, so it's going to come and join forces with Pluto and Jupiter. So coming back to reference back before the retrograde started. So we know that all those difficult times with the COVID-19 and the lockdown was happening before May. So this started around February, March with COVID-19, and Saturn is going back there to finish business, finish off whatever it's supposed to transform, as Pluto is here with it, right, with Saturn. And Pluto is conjoining with Jupiter, so it's amplified. Anyway, on the 4th or 5th, depending on where you are in the world, and I just wanted to say that mainly at the end of July 4th till the early morning hours of July 5th, that's when the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn is going on. This eclipse is the final eclipse on the axis Cancer Capricorn. Okay, and this references back to when these eclipses started, July of 2018. Okay, so we know that, of course, Cancer and Capricorn, the axis where the eclipses have been happening. Cancer is home, our security. Capricorn is work. It's the elder. It's the law. So on the 12th of July, Mercury turns direct in the sign of Cancer. We know that Mercury has been retrograding, okay, in the sign of Cancer, which is Cancer is the house of sensitivity, home, mother, our roots, okay. Mercury retrograding is a time that we can reinvent, and revisit things of the past. Where there's been a lack of communication, this is the chance to go over those things and look at those finer details. So here you can see Mercury retrograding, as you could see, in the sign of Cancer. All right, so things to do with the past. Okay, Mercury is communication. It is working together with others to communicate, things to do with support, emotional support, the feeling of security and a group, okay, family, the tribe, which is the sign of Cancer. Now, just going into Mercury's movements, so Mercury retrograded from June 18th at 14 degrees and 46 minutes of the sign of Cancer, and it is going to be retrograde all the way up until July 12th, okay, where it stations and turns direct at 5 degrees and 30 minutes of the sign of Cancer. So it's all systems go from the 12th of July. Remember, don't sign anything. Okay, it's a chance to go inwards, to go within and see what is important, what has been missed. I don't know about you guys, but because Mercury also speaks of anything that is mobile, so cars, cell phones, mobile phones, anything that has got to do with electronics, right? So electronics, logic, anything that is with the brain. So what is technology? It's all got its own mind, its own logic, okay? And that's where things go haywire. Also mobile things, cars, bikes, anything like that. I've had to fix my car. I've had so much trouble with uploading, miscommunications, missed details, and the list goes on and on. But I have already heard, which is very important, that sometimes at certain Mercury retrogrades, things could fix up. So once, let's say something breaks down with Mercury retrograde, after Mercury turns direct, something that you thought was broken or it didn't feel like working, it starts to fix itself. So that can play out as well, which is very interesting. All right, so also on the 20th of July, we're having a new moon. This is the second new moon in the sign of Cancer, okay? As the last new moon was a new moon solar eclipse, okay? And that was on the 5th of June. Now this new moon in Cancer, okay, it's logically it's the first new moon in Cancer that has not been an eclipse since 2017, because after that, that's when the full moon and new moons, they became eclipses. So from 2017 until now, until this new moon in the sign of Cancer, we're back to normal. So for those of you that are of the sign Cancer, very important. It also affects, all the cardinal signs. So Capricorn, which is right across, as you can see here, we've got Cancer, Capricorn, the cardinal cross, right? So we've also got Aries, which is cardinal, and of course Libra. All those signs, very important with this new moon. So then on the 22nd of the month, the sun enters Leo. So happy birthday to those of you that are Leo. Okay, that's when the sun is at its finest, I'm going to say, because of course the sun is the ruler of Leo. So it's very strong there. So 22nd, yeah, beautiful. Now on the 27th, we've got Jupiter sextile Neptune. Jupiter sextile Neptune, and that's really, really important. On the 29th, Venus leaves its shadow phase. And we know that Venus has moved direct in the sign of Gemini. Okay, so just to give you a bit of trivia. So the shadow period of Venus started on April 9th, 2020 at 5 degrees and 20 minutes of Gemini. But then Venus stationed to turn retrograde May 13th, okay, at 21 degrees of Gemini and 50 minutes, 21 and 50 minutes. That's where it retrograded. So from 5 degrees till 21 degrees, okay, and now Venus moved direct on June 25th, okay, at 5 degrees and 20 of Gemini. But it leaves its retrograde zone, its shadow zone, on July 29th. So usually once she turns direct, it's all systems go, but it's as though we're covering the area of where Venus retrograded. So we're clearing the air, let's say, for those degrees that Venus was retrograding on. So I hope you understand what I'm going into. Hope that's quite clear for you. So it's all in the clearer end of July for Venus. She's covering new turf, okay, new things where money, projects, values, anything that we love is concerned. Just going back to the sextile between Jupiter and Neptune, okay, as I was saying before, they will be coming together on the 27th of July, and this is their second meeting. Okay, so first meeting was February 20th at 17 degrees of Capricorn and 45 minutes. Now on the 27th, they will be sextiling at 20 degrees and 39 minutes of Capricorn. And the third and final meeting, sextile, will be October 12th at 18 degrees and 45 minutes of Capricorn. Okay, so they're meeting up 3 times in this year. Now, if you think of something long-term, okay, because this meeting started from February, then mid-year in July, then in October, so it is long-term. Okay, now it can be around idealistic and humanitarian goals, maybe coming into focus. Okay, also Jupiter is people from different backgrounds, different nationalities. Okay, Jupiter expands. Now, if you think of both Jupiter and Neptune, they're both spiritual. So this is a spiritual awakening, no doubt. Okay, as we go through many experiences that make us open up and see the bigger picture. Maybe this could even be help where confusion of Neptune is indicated and Jupiter is the truth. So this could be a clearing of confusions as Jupiter brings out the truth. Jupiter is the law and it's all about the truth. Now, Jupiter can also be very generous. Neptune can be strong compassion. So there's an increase where compassion and generosity, but also faith is very important with both these big players. Okay, so that's what this is all about. And I want to say also that this on a negative, in a negative way, because Neptune can be illusion, Jupiter can be expansion. So this could be a misunderstanding where we're over-optimistic and that could be our bubble being burst. So that's the negative way that these two planets can speak together. Okay, so I will leave it at that. I think I've kept you enough. I want to thank you so much to all of you for listening, for sharing this video, for liking and commenting. For those of you that are new to this channel, thank you for subscribing. I will soon be going into more details. For those of you that love the astrology, I will be talking to you more about it in the near future. And looking forward to this lunar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. As I said again, happy Independence Day. I do hope that we all become independent from whatever has been burdening, difficult, and maybe even a personal transformation that we've all been going through. Just wanting to let you know all that we need to keep the faith, as these are very challenging times. We're coming out of the chrysalis. We're becoming the butterfly after being cooped up in that cocoon. I do feel that there is freedom ahead, but there's still work to be done. on a collective as well as on a personal scale. And I think I will leave it there. Sending you all my best wishes. Thank you so much. Much love, much light. Namaste.